Hey, I'm Rick Tobin, and I am here with Susan Veder, who I met from ESR, an organization called ESRN. And I've been a member over the years in ESRN and had the pleasure of doing a panel discussion for the organization and talked to Susan afterwards. Tell us a
Well,
little.
actually, I really feel bad for you, Rick, because really what happened was Rick arrived early, okay? And when you arrive early, you watch Suzanne, without coffee, rearrange the furniture. I rearranged the furniture, moved aside, and I sat down, and I had no idea who you were or what we were going to do, and we got to know each other, and I apologized from the very beginning, and look, here we are, civilized.
No, I'm just sorry I didn't think about that, because this last weekend I was moving my son and I could have used you to move furniture.
Well, you know, it's not as if I haven't done it, and yes, I'm okay. So other than that, it was good. We loved having you on a panel for the ESRN, and if anyone knows, ESRN is Elder Resource Service Network, and we are the professionals of the elder service. And in southern Florida, it's the largest population of elder service required. And what we like about our organization is we get together with you, and we are joining all of the different companies, and that's all companies, because you live in southern Florida, you're working with the elderly. And we like to band together to hold the quality and the standards, and unity produces good business, especially for the end consumer.
Yeah, so it's exciting for me. Susan, by the way, is the president, current president of
Yes.
ESRN, and ESRN has people from all different areas that service the elderly. So there's home care people, there's people that run facilities, there's event organizers, there's attorneys, and I'm leaving out
The construction and lawyers and nurses, and the list goes on, because if you think about, they're really servicing us, but there's the special needs are for the elderly and special care.
Sure, and I've come to learn that a lot of people, including myself, didn't prepare, for when parents get older, and there's so much information that you need when that time comes for either yourself or a loved one, and there's so many people that do this all the time.
Rick,
Yes.
what about you and me? Okay, we're not there yet, but you and I are gonna need the services, and we're banding together to keep the standard of service and care to the high standards it is now, and it affects everyone, because at one time in southern Florida especially, it's going to affect it. So the cool part is, yes, I became president. I was a little surprised, and actually I started at ESRN because when you want to do business with the right people, you need to go to the right networking, and ESRN is part of that. So I actually launched a program here, Baseline Balance, which is what I do other than being president of the ESRN.
Right. Tell us about what's Baseline Balance.
Well, what you might not know about me is my background is education, corporate development, and quality standards and policy and procedure. And I created the training for some of the largest corporations in this country. When you motivate people to be their best, you learn that they're trigger points. Well, for different reasons, I got involved in medical and taking care of people and having them respond to, I've got diabetes or heart disease. Did a lot of research in that with in New York, especially NYU hospital, and worked with the doctors, especially the heart department, and getting people motivated to change their eating habits or their normal exercise habits. So I designed these questions, and I determined these questions are the questions you need to know about yourself. And the unique thing about the questions are, it doesn't matter how old you are, the questions work. After I did corporate, I took some time to do some research in trauma, and trauma unhiding and creating a much better life after trauma. And I worked in the inner schools of Brooklyn, Queens, St. John's University. I was a thorn, and I actually was with the school while New York City was closing them. And I remember one of my students said to me, "Miss Susanne, what is self-esteem?" And I went, "Oh, I don't know the answer to that question." And I said, "But you know what? You and I will figure out." Well, I can sit here and tell you now, I know exactly what self-esteem is. Self-esteem is knowing who you are, knowing your good parts, knowing your bad parts, but loving every part of it. When you like yourself, you take better care of yourself. Now, diet, exercise, and emotion work together. The two things we can control are diet and exercise, right, Red?
Right.
Okay, emotion, forget it, it's out the window. Forget it, it doesn't matter if it's personal or work. But how do you cope with it? Because we're never given the tools. And I can guarantee you, when you're stressed, do you eat?
I do.
You do?
I eat when I'm stressed, and I eat when I'm not stressed.
Oh, so you're an eater no matter what. All right, no matter
Clearly,
what.
clearly.
No, I would never know that. But you would be surprised how many people use diet and exercise damaging to their body, over-exercising, doing it wrong. Weekend warriors, okay? Binge dieting, and as years go on, you can't binge anymore. After so many times of losing that 15 pounds, like starving yourself, your body doesn't allow you to do that. Or if you want that new job, or you want your kids, or you want to be happy, the best way of doing that is knowing yourself. So when something bad happens, what do? You go, okay, I'm going to eat. So instead of eating, you gain control of the things that you can. Diet and exercise. So what you do is you go for a walk every time you're getting stressed. And you go, instead of the donuts and the ice cream, you go for your fruit salad. Why? Because you wrote it down. So when you're in trouble, you open up Baseline Balance and you have it right there. It's been a wonderful tool to work with patients and doctors. In the back, there's tools for them. If you track your diet for 2 weeks, it's interesting because you'll notice patterns. And you can sit there and I can guarantee you, in 1 week you can lose 5 pounds just by knowing what you eat and when you eat it. Then you go to your exercise. Do you know how many people hate the gym? No offense to all those gym owners out there, okay? But if you hate the gym, why are you going to the gym for your exercise? It's easier to just start walking. And if you don't like walking, well, find something you enjoy doing while you're walking. I mean, I am embarrassing my children for years and years, don't want to meet me or see me walking, because I actually dance, because I get into my mood. I do. Or I talk, or I use that time to make sure I'm getting exercise. Why? Because you need to have your heart. You need to have it pumping. And you need to do that, whatever disease you have, you need to. Most people don't know how to change their diet to be healthier. The 2 weeks. So Baseline Balance is the tool, and there's another little use for it other than a personal use. As I mentioned, I do corporate training. So my training can be developed for large companies. Implementing change, a new advertising campaign, developing a new software program, implementing in company. Those are corporate changes. And the opportunity to bring your company together and band them and create your own new jello.
Okay, so I see 2 big avenues where people might want to contact you or find out more. So you have aging loved ones, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You can connect them through ESRN. They can go to the ESRN website. We'll put that in the comments. There's so many professionals in there that will save you time, energy, money, and get you on the right track, because often when something hits, somebody falls and breaks a hip or something, all of a sudden you're thrown in there and you've got other obligations too. It's not a great time to start looking for which assisted living facility would be best, what's in the price range. So there's so many, how to move, what to move, how to downsize.
We have the professionals. Just give me a call. give me a call and I'd be happy to set you up with referrals of quality people to work with and talk to. And if you're looking to network and grow your business, we have a great breakfast.
And I will tell you that to go to the breakfast, very reasonable cost to go and meet people, and also to join the organization is very reasonable. So if you think you might be interested or you have a related business, definitely check out ESRN. And also you can talk to Susan if you maybe for yourself or you have a company that wants to find out about baseline balance and how to transform people.
Absolutely.
Good?
Absolutely perfect, Rick. It was so nice having some time with you this morning.
Okay, that was nice for me too. I thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.